Graeme. I'm not going to read every single one of them, but I just picked out some beauties for you as an intro to the great Graeme Connors. We know he's won a heap of golden guitars, but you may not know some of this stuff. He formed a band during high school called Inner Sense, which included his now wife of 40 years, Lynn, on keyboards. In 1973, when Graeme was 17 years old, Inner Sense were chosen as a support band for Sherbet in Mackay. He moved to Brisbane. Go Sherbet. He moved to Brisbane shortly after, and over the next 18 months, Graeme supported some of the biggest names in the business at the time: Sherbet, Del Shannon, Dave Allen, Patrick O'Hagan, and Bill Cosby. I don't know whether you want to put that one on there anymore. In 1974, Graeme was offered the support spot for Chris Christopherson. Graeme made such an impression on Christopherson that Chris took Graeme into Festival Records studio and produced 4 tracks which featured on Graeme's debut album. One of the songs Graeme was pitched to record for his album was Rhinestone Cowboy, later a huge hit for Glenn Campbell, but Graeme passed on the song in favour of one of his own compositions. He stayed true right the way through his career. Further touring ensued, including extensive runs with Marsha Hines and John English. Graeme later co-wrote English's hit song Hot Town. He also toured nationally with Peter Allen, Liza Minnelli, and later with Billy Connolly. That would have been a heap of fun. In the early 80s, Graeme was doing a lot of club shows, and by 1984 he needed a change. At this time, Graeme took on the role of A&R manager for Rondor Music. What's significant about that? Well, during his time at Rondor Music, one of his greatest successes was being the person who pitched You're the Voice to Ross Fraser for John Farnham's comeback album Whispering Jack. Also around this time, Graeme started writing songs for Slim Dusty, who recorded 12 of Graeme's songs in total throughout his career, including the hits I'm Married to My Bulldog Mac, Dieseline Dreams, and the anthem We've Done Us Proud. Graeme's second album, North, was released in 1988, 12 years after the release of his debut album. It cost $6,000 to make and has sold a heap of copies since, and spent a whole heap of time on the ARIA chart, 48 weeks in total, all of his albums since then, 16 albums in total. Graeme currently resides in Mackay with his wife Lynn. They have 5 sons and 6 grandchildren. Aside from making music and enjoying a life well lived, Graeme's lifelong love and enjoyment of wine is put to good use as the honorary sommelier in Burp and the Dispensary, which is 2 very successful restaurants and bars in Mackay, owned by Lynn and his sons Adrian and Damien. So there you go, a little bit of trivia about Graeme Connors. It just adds to all of the great stuff we already know about the man. So without any further ado, let's bring him up. Graeme Connors, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't believe everything there, do you? I'd have to be about 60 years of age if that was the truth. I'm the first to admit my imperfections at times conceal my better points. Let's face it, I'm no Tom Cruise. I don't get any R's and O's from the girls. But it's a fact of life, we all get compensated in different ways. And what I'm lacking in sex appeal, I make up in the language field. I sure can talk. I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight. We will trip the light, fantastic verbally. You'd be surprised how easily mere words can tantalize and charm. Touch your heart disarmingly. I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight, right into my arms. You can spend your whole life on those strong silent types if you're so inclined. Some Adonis in faded jeans, A modern day clone James Dean could be fun. But consider your options before you jump in at the shallow end. After a long hard day, there are things only words can say. Don't you know? I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight. We will trip the light, fantastic verbally. You'd be surprised how easily mere words can tantalize and charm. Touch your heart disarmingly. I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight, right into my arms. 'Cause if there's one thing I know for sure, love would be a total bore if it weren't for those sweet nothings whispered now and then. I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight. We will trip the light, fantastic verbally. You'd be surprised how easily mere words can tantalize and charm. Touch your heart disarmingly. I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight, right into my arms. I'm gonna talk you off your feet tonight, right into my arms.
Thank you.